Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, the 9th November, 2022. It's afternoon now. It's around 4 o'clock. And I'm Dorte X. I'm CEO and founder of PILA PHARMA. And I have started a small series of video interviews with people who are also attached to PILA. Today, or this afternoon, I'm joined by Ulf Andersson, who is an investor in PILA and has been so for since 2016. So welcome, Ulf.
Thank you very much.
So Ulf, you were one of the very first investors in PILA, and I met you in Malmö. I come from Denmark, as many people know and can hear, but I started the company in Sweden, where I had moved at the Malmö Science Incubator at Medien. And there I was given the chance to pitch to angel investors, and one of them were you. And before we get into why you invested in, maybe you can tell me a little bit about your background, both the professional, but also maybe the personal side of what we just talked about.
Yes, I am an old man. I'm 62 years old, and I have been working in the banking industry most of my life, as a private banker and as a portfolio manager in Sweden and abroad. And then I moved back to Sweden, I guess it was 2015, and I decided to do something. I had a plan to set up my small private, very small investment company, and also do some consultancy work. And then but that's another story. I'm involved in some real estate in Italy, but that's a total different story. And I grew up in a diabetes family. I didn't have it as a child. I got it when I was 46, type 1. My mother, she got it when she was, I guess, 17, also type 1. And she had a good life until she passed away in the age of 89. And my father got the type 2 diabetes when he was about 65, and he also had a good life and died in the age of 92. So, yeah.
And you also have a good life. You're in Mallorca right now.
Yeah. When I got it, I got a little bit surprised, but not so very surprised. But then I decided that I'm the boss of my life, not the diabetes, and I try to live as normal as you other people, and do what you can do. So yes. But then I also, when I moved back to Sweden, I decided to invest some money in different startups, particularly in life science and medtech. So now I have a little portfolio with about 10 different companies. And when I work professional, I was used to build portfolios of big companies, but this is totally something else. And I have learned a lot on the way, and I found out that someone told me about the P factor. You should expect it will cost you 3 times as much money and take 3 times longer time. And if you have that in mind, and I don't want to lose the money I put in startups, but I'm aware I can lose them. That's why I want to divide into different companies. But if you have that in mind, you sleep well. You know you can lose it, and it will take a little bit longer time than you expect from the beginning, and it will cost you a little bit more. But I'm fine with that. Then you sleep well, and I sleep well.
So when we met in 16 for the first time, can you tell a little bit about what made you consider and invest in PILA, and you have also reinvested a couple of times.
I thought it was already. Now I thought it was 18, but I had to look it up. It was 16. You're right. Now I met you.
I remember all names of the first investors.
You held your presentation, and I'm not a scientist, so what you talked about I didn't understand so much. But since it was about diabetes, and you showed a lot of enthusiasm and you seem to believe in yourself. So I said to myself, I want to hear more about this. So I guess you and me had a meeting, and you explained again, and still didn't understand everything you said. And I always say like this, after meeting with you, I'm still confused, but on a higher level.
Okay. But that's good.
But then,
but I think, but what you said about I didn't think about that, because now I'm like thinking loud. But and another investor, a US investor we recently met, he told me that his grandfather had told him or learned him that you should always invest in the leadership, in the management, in the person starting a startup. And you also said that what you like this. I guess that was it. You liked that I was confident and believing in what I did. How much did that play into your risk assessment? I guess being a professional investor, you must still adhere to some of these risk analysis before you invest.
Yeah, that's for me. It's the most important thing, that they believe in the management or the founder. Because, as I said, I'm not a scientist, so I can't evaluate the science. I have to evaluate the persons behind the project. And that's also important to me, that I never invest in just a scientist. I want the person to have some commercial background, to be used to deadlines, cost control, and also, of course, to see the commercial business value, and also have some kind of thinking about the exit. Will it be IPO? Will we try to sell it to a bigger pharma company or something? That there must be a plan for the exit in some way. And I remember I told you, stay away from the stock market as long as you can.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah, but when you reach a certain point, you have to go to the stock market to find more investors. That's fine with me. So.
That sounds good, and we are at the stock market since last summer, and that has been we timed it with a general depression in the stock market, so that was maybe not so fortunate for us, but we got the money to make progress, and I hope, I don't know, I have at least my own ambition to satisfy my own goals and standards is to keep moving all the time and to keep to the plan that I present. And I hope that investors like you feel that it may be taking longer, as you said, but I communicate and I listen and all that.
Yeah.
And now people are leaving, so I'm alone in the office soon. But but that's so I hope that is the thing. But now we are in this small signing period that we made it a rights issue, so current shareholders have preference, and it looks like that there is some demand for the signing rights. They're being traded right now, so that's interesting to follow. I hope it will show that there's interest to invest in this round, but we'll see in a week or 2 weeks basically. But can you say something about, because you are also reinvesting this time?
Yes.
You told me, and even a little bit more than you told me a week ago.
Yeah, and I have been investing a couple of times since 2016. I haven't that Excel file right here, but you know that I have always tried to put up some more new money every time you're asking, and also this time. And this is the main reason is I still believe in you and the management, and I still believe in your product. And I think it's for me, it's exciting to follow a startup that step by step grew a little bit. So yes, that's my main reasons.
Yeah, I think
investments like this. Now, investments like this is not always 100% by the brain. It's also by the heart and the gut feeling. So because that's why I don't look at the stock price every day when it comes to companies like this, because it doesn't say so much. You have no revenues yet, and it's not like analyzing a retail company or or something else. This is totally different. You have to be aware of that, and I am, and that's why I'm confident to even invest this time.
That sounds good, and I think that's a great place to stop. So, Ulf, thanks a lot for your time, and I hope you enjoy your wonderful place in Mallorca. And,
I will.
I'll come by for a drink next time I'm by.
Okay.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Bye bye.